Frames is quite clearly the largest entertainment event in India, and I think it is an umbrella event that covers, the movie, the music, television, and now increasingly the participation of the emerging industries of animation, gaming, visual effects. Coming from the gaming background, I remember the early, inclusion of games. Where I remember the first time it was included, we had one panel at FICCI FRAMES, and I was a part of that. And to now, where we've managed to actually have a full day event, where we've got FICCI and NASSCOM together to do a FICCI NASSCOM Game Developer Conference. To me, being both a part of the FICCI, Entertainment Committee and also being the chair for the NASSCOM Gaming Forum, I'm especially pleased with the fact that we've managed to bring the two organizations to collaborate and to create this one-day event at FICCI Frames. So far, from what I'm seeing, the morning sessions are going full, so I'm pretty happy about that. Even in the sessions that are relating to movies and television, one of the delegates yesterday was telling me that they're hearing the word games a lot. So clearly, everybody is acknowledging that the gaming business is something that is going to become a very strong force in the future. This is a very young country. And with the penetration of the mobile and broadband, just those two factors itself coming together is going to create a huge interactive entertainment market.
Do you think we have the talent for gaming in India? Many people say that we don't have the kind of game developers that Western countries have. How are you bridging the gap?
So, Dhruva is the oldest games company. We've been in business for the last 14 years. I would say that it is not without its challenges, because the employable workforce may not have played games from their childhood, which is a very important and ingredient in especially when it comes to game design, storytelling, within games. Having said that, I think our people are very fast learners, and I can say that from our own experience of having hired people with little or exposure to games, but they pick up really fast. Like Indians are really good at that, and I think the adaptation of talent is something that we think is quite possible. Moving forward, of course, the future is really bright, because the current crop of people who are in schools and colleges, they have been exposed to games for a lot longer. In as far as what we can do today, just to give you a sense. Dhruva has been working on console games for large publishers like Microsoft, like Disney, Electronic Arts, Codemasters, and our engagements are on some of the biggest titles that are being made by these companies. For example, last year we worked on Formula 1 2010 for Codemasters. We did more than half of the racetracks that you see in that game. We've been involved with Forza Motorsport by Microsoft right from the inception of that franchise. We've been working on that, on that franchise for the last 8 years, and more than half the cars that you see in that game have been made in Bangalore. So we also have our own small product group which has been making casual downloadable titles, and we are now just debuting on the iPhone platform. I think that the key thing is to take on only as much as you can do and do it really well, rather than try to take on something really big and not do that well enough. That's the one lesson that we've learned. Do not try to bite more than you can chew.
What are the challenges you think that we need to face, and how do we cope with that one and change that?
In what sense?
In the gaming sector.
I think the gaming sector,
Regulatory or from the industry?
we don't have any regulatory issues. I think one of the big bottlenecks right now is broadband, 3G. These are now one of the bigger issues has been that in India phones are sold separately, and SIM cards and mobile connections are sold separately. So a lot of people are not having the data enablement of their phones. Unlike in the West, for example, when you buy a phone from AT&T or Verizon, everything is configured. You press one button, you go to the App Store. Here we don't have that. So a lot of people just don't have the data enabled, and that is the biggest hurdle, one of the biggest hurdles. I think the other issues are also that we need to have more online payment mechanisms. Right now, I think the people are still a little reluctant to use their debit and credit cards. I think we need to see that. But there is a very big movement happening on the social gaming front. I think India has, at least 4 or 5 million people who are playing social games already, which is a very considerable number considering the user base. And I think that is going to be very important moving forward. The mobile phones are getting more and more gaming friendly and cheaper, which is very important. Today you can buy an Android phone for 5 or 6,000 rupees, which has got a big screen, great audio, and I think these are going to be very important to kind of make gaming more accessible from a mass market perspective.